Hello everyone, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for visiting with me today. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel, The Cutting Board. We do all kinds of things here. We do true crime content, food related content, shopping hauls, DIYs, SFX makeup, vlogs, reviews, and most importantly, at least to me, Disney content. Now, I do have to ask that you bear with me because I still am dealing with a very bad cough, but I will try and get through this without hacking up a lung too much. So when my son was 7 months old, he was diagnosed with cancer, stage 4 neuroblastoma. And in this video, we're going to talk about his Make-A-Wish Foundation wish. One reason is because I want to make everyone aware of this wonderful place called Give Kids the World. And I also want to make people aware of Make-A-Wish and a local wish granting organization called Dreams Come True. They all work almost exactly the same, very similarly. And I see a lot when people talk about Gypsy Rose stealing a wish from a child. I understand where their heart is, but that is not what she did. That's not what happened. Every child who qualifies for a wish, who goes to the proper channels, usually through a doctor, will get their wish granted. Gypsy Rose did not prevent any kid from getting their wish. Okay, the only thing generally that would prevent it is if they wish to meet a celebrity and that celebrity doesn't want to do it for whatever reason, or if the wish can't be granted on time because of the death of the wish child, which unfortunately does happen. Not often, but it does happen. And there are people out there that think that Gypsy Rose got this Make-A-Wish trip to Disney World and got to stay in a deluxe resort and got free spa treatments and free this and free that. And that is not how any of the wishing works. Not within these organizations. Maybe she had benefactors paying for other stuff, but that's not how it works within the wish granting organizations. And I wish people would educate themselves more so they would quit spreading lies. And again, I know their hearts are in the right place, but that's not how any of that works. There is something going around the internet saying that Gypsy got the Genie Plus pass and everything. So allow me to show you my Disney nerd chops. Genie Plus didn't exist until 2021. Gypsy was in prison at that time. Now, people do not like facts if the facts do not line up with what they want to believe, but instead of educating themselves and accepting that they're wrong, they bash the person that tries to inform them of the truth. They have a real problem with that. They say things like, go right off into the sunset with Gypsy Rose then. It's moronic. I think there is plenty to complain about when it comes to Gypsy, but know your facts, especially with the world of information at your fingertips. Don't get mad at me because I'm well versed in Disney history and also understand better than anyone how wish granting works. Because not only did my son get a wish, I've worked with wish granting organizations. So, blah. There are people within the wish granting world who worked really hard to create a fantastic, memorable package for wish children whose wish is a Disney trip. And it's the same pretty much for every child who has the Disney wish across the board. The Disney Vacation wish is the most popular wish. Number 2 is meeting a celebrity, with John Cena holding the Guinness Book of World Record for granting the most wishes. He has never turned down a Make-A-Wish kid. He has granted over 650 wishes. In 2002, my son was granted a wish, so he got a week-long vacation to Disney World, Universal, SeaWorld. I have my thoughts on how all this came to be. We wanted them to wait on a wish so he could be old enough to understand it more and make his own true choice. But they explain they don't like to wait because with these sick children, a lot could happen, and they just want to make sure that they get some kind of wish. And I get it. the way wishes are granted is, I'm sorry. Sorry, geez. The way wishes are granted is through a wish granting organization. It doesn't have to be Make-A-Wish, but most commonly it is. And you get one wish. Children don't get multiple wishes. They don't get to jump from wish granting organization to wish granting organization and just get repeat wishes, because there is like a database of sorts. They get one wish. So back to Gypsy Rose. Anything she may have gotten in addition to a technical wish wasn't a wish. It may have been something gifted by, I don't know, a local business or some other organization. Like my son was gifted another Disney trip that it wasn't a wish. It was just a gift from a local law firm. It had nothing to do with a wish. It was just, hey, we want to give this to your family. That wasn't illegal. That wasn't fraud. We weren't trying to get multiple wishes for him. That's just when communities meet sick children. A lot of times they feel like doing something for them, and he isn't the only one that's happened to. And I know all of you understand that, understand community. They just wanted to do something for the family. But as far as Make-A-Wish is concerned, Gypsy only got one wish from them. And she got the same Disney wish that every Disney wish child gets. Woo, that is a mouthful. It has been altered throughout the years to make up for the fact that Orlando and Kissimmee's tourism is growing. And, they now have Legoland nearby. And I'll be actually interested to see what happens with the Disney Wish package now that Epic Universe is getting ready to open. Because children who may be more into like How to Train Your Dragon and Harry Potter, maybe not so much Harry Potter, I don't think they're into that anymore, but they may be making universal wishes. But anyway, it is a very streamlined wish. And I'm going to tell you about it, the best I can. So families whose child's wish is to go to Disney World, they stay at this incredible, beautiful village called Give Kids the World Village. And you can check them out at www.gktw.com. Give Kids the World is one of the most magical places I've ever been. They've had more than 200,000 families from all 50 states and 77 countries visit since 1986. Now, from 1986 to 1989, the family stayed in hotels, and in 1989, the Give Kids the World Village opened up. It's operated mostly by volunteers and is ran with the support of donors and community partners, restaurants, all the theme parks, all kinds of businesses and such. Henry Landworth created Give Kids the World after a little girl named Amy, who had leukemia, wished to visit the Orlando theme parks. Mr. Landworth wanted to make this happen for Amy, but making all the arrangements took too long, and Amy's wish could not be granted because she unfortunately passed away before it could be organized and made a reality. This unfulfilled wish and Amy was the inspiration for this village. Mr. Landworth, a Holocaust survivor, by the way, never wanted Amy's story to ever happen again. So Mr. Landworth, with the support of colleagues in the hospitality and tourism industries, made it possible to grant this specific wish within 24 hours of it being made if necessary. I understand the turnaround on my son's wish was like that. For the first few years, families were put up in very nice, family-friendly resorts, Holiday Inn Main Gate East, plus 80 other area hotels. But as the need for wishes grew, they knew there was a need for this village. And in 1989, the Give Kids the World Village opened. They started with 31 acres and are now 89 acres, with 166 villas, entertainment, visits from theme park characters, including Mickey and Minnie Mouse together, Christmas and Halloween parties every week, all the dining, mini golf, a few rides, a train, a huge pool, all you can eat ice cream, gifts for the wish child every single day, all that plus theme park tickets, and sometimes there are extras. For example, we were sent to medieval times, which Marshall loved. He got knighted. Now your kid can get knighted for a fee, but back then it was just for wish children. Families also receive spending money for expenses at the theme parks, and that's provided by the Wish Granting Organization. And of course, if you reach out to guest relations, they can help you secure the dine-in reservations, but those meals will be paid for with the money provided for the theme park expenses by the Wish Granting Organization. Those aren't given to you by the theme park for free. However, everything at Give Kids the World Village, everything there is free to families. All families receive 3-day park hopper tickets for Disney World, no park reservations required, and now Disney also provides Disney Memory Maker for free digital downloads, which is a huge bonus. I wish I could have gotten that back then. Universal 2-day 2-park tickets. I don't know how that will change with Epic Universe opening in May, but I'm sure they're going to include Epic. Families also receive a 1-day ticket for SeaWorld, and there is a list of other places families can get tickets for by request, including Legoland. And when families leave, they get a 1-year passport to other theme parks, fun spots, like Six Flags is one of the places. Dollywood was on the list when we went. All the Ripleys, believe it or not, around the country. So many things. You'll have something to do every weekend if you wanted to. But the families do have to cover their own accommodations and travel expenses for those particular trips. You just get free tickets. The trip also includes transportation, whether that be a rental car, plane, both, whatever it may be. We're provided a rental car. What else? I mean, you get so much. And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that they really take care of these families. You will get everything you need. But no, there are no luxury spa treatments and things like that. Any of that, it's all possible. It's all possible. You can get that done on a Wish trip, but that will have to come out of the spending money that you get, again, from the Wish Granting Organization. It's not just provided for free by Disney or whoever. Families should plan very carefully because, first of all, they're traveling with a sick child, so they need to understand any limitations, and also, more than likely, there will be leftover tickets. When we went, Universal didn't require Marshall to have a ticket, so we had an extra 2-day 2-park ticket, which had a expiration date like 30 years into the future, and we were able to use it before that 30 years was up. So that, well, it hasn't quite been 30 years. So, and we also didn't use the SeaWorld tickets because there was so much going on, so much to do. There was so much to do at the village that Marshall didn't even want to leave it to go to the parks. But we went back a couple months later to do SeaWorld. That's not something everyone can do, but because we live close, we can. And front of the line access. Oh, that is the golden ticket. That is the golden ticket. You don't have to wait in any lines. Everybody knows who's the everybody knows who's the wish. Everybody knows who the wish child is. Everybody knows. Cast members know, and they're keeping an eye out for those wish children. They know what to look for and looking out for those families. And every wish is like this. Every Disney dream trip is like this. That's how it works. So accommodations are at the village, and that place is amazing. It's so magical. All the family meals are covered at the village, at least breakfast and dinner. Families aren't required to eat there, but it's available. And I think we ate every breakfast and dinner there, and lunch we just had at the parks. And again, money is provided for souvenirs, meals at the park, extras. The wish child gets gifts every day. All of the theme park tickets for the family, again, are included. All the transportation, front of the line access, photo pass, plus all of the wonderful amenities at the village, including character meet and greets. All the ice cream any human could ever want. a Christmas party, a Halloween party. But as far as things like spa treatments, special dinners, etc., if accommodations can be made, it can be done. But again, those experiences, those expenses would come out of the spending money the Wish Granting organization provides the family. It's not just given to them for free. That's just planning with that money. So, yeah, but that's really it. I just wanted to share that with everyone. You know, this Wish Granting organization, again, it's called Give Kids the World. Well, it's not the Wish Granting organization, it's the village. Give Kids the World in Kissimmee, Florida. It is such an amazing place. If you're interested in learning about it, go ahead and look them up online. It's www.gktw.org. It's beautiful. We just went there, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, for a fundraiser, and it has grown so much since even before we went. They have a playground that's like Clue, not Clue, Candyland. It's just it's so awesome. It really is. I love it. But anyway, this was less about Gypsy's trip and more about the trip in general. And I don't want any of you to be in a situation where your child can get a wish, because I don't want any of you to have a sick child. But if that is the case, and their wish is a Disney trip, they're going to take very good care of you. One thing one of the social workers expressed to me is her least favorite wish to see, because it goes across social workers' desk first before it goes to the Dream or Wish Granting organization. And one of her wishes that she hates to see is when a child wants to meet someone famous, because she says she wasn't naming names, but she has seen several times these sick children be just brushed off, shunned by famous people. And then she said, but most of them are really, really great, but some children have this unusual wish to meet somebody, and it's someone who's kind of a shit, you know? But she just hates granting wishes where it's to meet someone famous, because they just never know what that person is going to be like. But she did say, but I will tell you, I can't tell you any of the bad ones, but I can tell you John Cena was very, very nice. So, and she said that's how it is with all the wrestlers. Because, you know, the wrestlers, they go to the hospitals and everything, you know, like football players, ball players, athletes. They do that. Up here at our children's hospital, Faith Hill and Tim McGraw wanted to visit the hospital, and they knew none of the children were going to know who they were, but the hospital felt like kind of introducing them because they were making a big donation to the hospital. So that was kind of cool. Goldberg, the wrestler Goldberg, his family actually founded the children's hospital here. So yeah, but anyway, that's it. That's all I really have to say. If you have any questions about wish granting organizations or anything like that, I might know the answer. If it's specifically about the wish trip, the Disney wish trip, that's my, I don't want to say my area of expertise, but I know a lot about that wish. So, don't be a shithead in the comments. Be nice. I know there are some people who probably watch this video and, well, I know Gypsy Rose got everything for free every second of her life. And I just think that she is evil, and there are so many other things to go after her about than things y'all are just speculating over. So anyway, I'm going to go. But I thank y'all, and I will talk to everyone later. Bye.